What a pleasant surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a brand new update like a week or two after we just got our last one. We can go over here and talk to Isabel at our base. Such unusual tusks. Have you seen anything like that? It's not the first strange animal I've stumbled across here. I'm Isabel, by the way. I'm studying the local fauna for Genesis. Oh, are you now? Come to the hunting grounds. We could use someone with your skills. Well, y'all can see we are looking nice and mightily prepared with our build here. We have the outfit perfectly set up for this. Let's get to work. And check it out, the season event of the Hunter's Instinct awaits. It's gonna be lasting for a little over two and a half weeks or so. Haven for studying animals and ways to hunt them. Looks like that is where Isabel, the researcher, has went. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we ourselves are going to go. And hopefully everyone out there is having an absolutely fantastic day of the most amazing variety that only keeps on getting better from here on out. Whether that be from the video, bring you a smile, bring you a giggle, anything or everything like that. Does not matter to me. How a little bit of joy can go ahead and make its way into your day today. I'm just crossing my fingers that indeedly do. That's exactly what that joy do, because nothing else works a smile on my face like knowing that hopefully I might be able to bring one to yours in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And hopefully this update will be bringing some smiles your way. It can't be. No one has seen those in many years. I'm telling you, it was a boar, a huge one. Isabel, what is this all about? Oh, there you are. Finally. I know, I've finally arrived. Please hold the applause. Meet Gerard. He's the best hunter in the wastelands. Hello, Gerard. Nice to meet you. Find me after he shows you everything in here. All right, Gerard. Let's get to showing me. All right, let's get down to it. Your weapons are no good. They will just damage the skins. There are some abrasive deposits in the cave. You can use them to get your weapons ready for the hunt. Go get some. I'll tell you how to craft a hunting weapon later. And actually, I'm not gonna lie, this kind of reminds me of, I think we had either this exact event or a similar one like a year ago. So it is very cool to actually see this coming back, because I always do like seeing, oh, what tore these wolves apart like that? I don't know. Well, we got a gray wolf over there. Why don't I try and oh, I need a manual earth drill. I'll just go and pick that one up. Just gotta go and obliterate that gray wolf. I'm gonna try not to kill them because, okay, they're very mad at me. I was gonna say, I'm gonna wait until we get some of this abrasive, because then we'll be able to actually craft these specialized weapons that are going to be able to kill these animals in such a way where they are actually dropping the loot that we want them to drop. Because that is gonna be a part of this event, is going to be getting specialized loot from all of these animals. But for now, let's go ahead and get to cooking and hunting down some of these abrasives. And with this last one, we should be able to go ahead and start making our way back to Gerard and getting some goodies our way that way. But yeah, I do always love seeing events like this coming back instead of them being one time. Seeing them actually come back in a reoccurring fashion is always cool to me, especially because there's going to be a lot of very cool animals that we are going to be seeing throughout this if it is similar to last time. Did you find the abrasive? Nice. Add it to the bench grinder together to create some sort of a weapon. All right. Oh, I can't do that yet. Do you have to? Okay, you just had to. You had to finish talking a little bit there. I'll go and throw that into there. We can skip it for the free for the first time, and we got on our hands a specialized spear, and we will be able to specialize many other such things. These are gonna be all the weapons to which we can specialize, including, dude, this is crazy. The anti-spore rifle and the Scorcher from the updates that we just got now have the first of its kind, this like dual ability. That is freaking sick. It's gonna have both ice and hunting abilities, and it's gonna have both spore and kind of hunting abilities. So those dual ability weapons actually look like they're gonna be kind of crazy. But for now, we've crafted the spear. Here's my advice. First, track your prey, study its habits, and only then go on a hunt and record your observations. You can start with deer. They're not particularly dangerous. Well, I'll go ahead, get this, and now we got to study the hunter's journal, and I can do that up here in the top right hand corner of the screen, and voila, here we can go ahead and get our hands on some of that currency. And as we continue knocking out some of these quests, we will then be able to go on hunts for the big essentially boss of each tier. So we are starting with the noble deer, then we're gonna go to foxes, wolves, boars, bears, and ultimately crocodiles. Crocodile Dundee out here. You know, we're gonna be having a good time with that. But for now, let's go and try to sneak up on some deer and just pretty much one-hit them with a little bit of a spear action. That way we don't need to, ooh, baby, they're dropping their antlers. Get back over here, baby. Yeah, I mean, easy peasy lemon squeezy. We just gotta go and sneak attack them. Oh, no. Because then we should be able to do more than enough damage to finish the job, and voila. Actually, do I even need to sneak attack him, or is this thing powerful enough to just one-hit him? Okay, no, the sneak attack was making a difference. Just wanted to sanity check that. But y'all can see we are already knocking out a couple of easy peasy quests. We've gotten our hands on 10 antlers, and now we can go and throw them into the sample container where it is pointing us to somewhere over in this direction. Hello, how are you doing? I'll go and throw those over there, and that is going to be one of the ways that we are going to be able to level up our reputation with the ecologist. And there's going to be all sorts of materials that we are going to be able to bring over here, including things that we already have access to, like tanned furs and leathers, but largely things that we don't typically have access to that we are going to be getting through this update, such as wolf hair, deer antlers, boar tusks, fox tails, alligator skins, and bear claws. But without further ado, we can now go over to Isabel and get our hands on this reward. Thank you very kindly. And you can see that there is a bit of a pass going on here. And as we make our way up in the pass, there will be some pretty sweet rewards that we will be able to get, including, whatchamacall, a lot of this hunter's token currency. Now, why is that currency so important? And that's kind of like one of the main draws. Like, I'm looking over here just at a quick glance at all the loot, and really the only thing, I mean, nothing really stands out to me. You get a couple of things for the Spore update up in the north and materials that might be able to help you out up there, including things like armor and whatnot. A couple of Genesis genomes too, but largely the Hunter's token is gonna be the big thing. And that is where we are going to be able to exchange it over at the trophy market. You might be like, okay, there's a couple of decent things up in here. Got some genomes, some Rottweilers, some steel plates, decent materials, but then there's a second stand at the trophy market, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the one that we are going to be concerning ourselves with, because this is where we can get our hands on the copper extractor, aluminum extractor, and titanium extractor. 3 new items introduced within this update, and their main purpose is, from what the developers have said, essentially AFK farming whatever they extract. So you will be able to just collect copper for free if you get this device, collect aluminum for free if you get this device, or collect titanium for free. At least that's what it seems like. Obviously, once we get them, we'll show them off and do all that jazz, but for now, that does appear to be the direction that this is going to be leading. But now it wants us to buy something here. I'm just going to buy the genome because, like, I don't really need any of that other stuff. Thank you very kindly. And now we can go and talk to the fisherman. Where the heck is the fisherman? Gonna be down over here. Hello, fishy boy. What you getting up to down here, Mr. Fisherman? Gerard's got a new apprentice. Well, let's see what you got. Oh, I got it all, baby. I got it all. If you catch me some fish, I'll help you with ore for your weapons. Deal? A deal. Do I get a free fishing rod, or is it like a BYOR, bring your own fishing rod? It might be a bring your own fishing rod, huh? So it appears. Alrighty, fishing rod acquired. Let's get to fishing, and we have to catch an unusual fish of some sort, whatever the heck that means. Luckily, I am fisherman extraordinaire out here. As soon as someone wants to go ahead and bite on this, and then it should not be too difficult. How unusual is this fish gonna be? Did that do the trick? Yep, and now we can exchange the fish for abrasive. I'll go and throw that into there. That's not enough, unfortunately. We gotta get our hands on a rainbow trout and golden carp, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna drop a little bit of coinage to speed that up, because I don't think y'all wanna watch me fish for the next couple of minutes. I can do that in my free time. And yeah, this is gonna be one way that you are going to be able to get your hands on abrasive for modifying your weapons. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a couple of those real lickety split. Once I actually got some free time and I am not recording, I'll be sure to actually do a little bit of fishing there to take care of that. But the reason that I wanted to get my hands on 6 abrasive specifically is because that will allow us to craft a slightly more powerful weapon. Although I don't know if we necessarily need that yet. I was gonna mod some of these machetes and stuff, but we're still in the process of hunting deer. So why don't we go start tracking that quest, and it is going to, I mean, it's not exactly pointing us in any direction, so I wonder if perhaps we just need to go to the world map and then it will point us in the direction that we seek. So why don't we go ahead and sneak on out of here and go ahead and start doing exactly that. And while we are sneaking on out of here, y'all should go ahead and sneak your way down to the very tippity top of the description, where we are live every single Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, play Last on Earth, having a ball, having a blast over at twitch.tv/Starsnipe. And that appears to be, yeah, just we can go to any one of these locations by the looks of it, so we'll do exactly that. But that is where we're live every single Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, playing Last on Earth, having a ball, having a blast. It's a great way to go ahead and kick your weekend off right with a little bit of a unique twist on Last on Earth. Not only are we live streaming it for a couple of hours, and y'all can interact with me live as it is going on, y'all can interact with the whole community via the chat, and not just that, y'all can see the face cam and the live stream rolling, so y'all can literally see me like reacting to things like in the flesh. So it's a bit of a unique twist on the last Down Earth nonsense that we are getting up to. And oh, I believe that this is the special deer that we must hunt because you spawned in front of my freaking eyes. Hello, deer. How you doing? Let me just go. Oh, no, no, no. Get out of here, zombie. I don't want to fight you. All right, I fought you. But there we go. We have just completed, I believe, all the deer tasks that we require. Now if we make our way over here, yep, we just gotta talk to Gerard, and then we can begin our quest over here for the noble deer. But yeah, if you don't know what time that stream starts in your own local time zone, twitch.tv/Starsnipe/schedule will be able to go ahead and help you out. Also, a link near the tippity top of the description. We're live every single Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And once you know what time that starts in your own local time zone, because time zone's gonna be confusing, that is the same time that is gonna be starting every single week, same time, same place over there. So hopefully I do see some of y'all ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls over there, ready to have a rerun good time. And also, yo, talk about that. Check this out. The Forgotten Wastelands are actually an island in the north. What a unique twist for this update. Previously, I mean, unless I'm going crazy, dude, that was not here. Like previously, last year or so when this event was around, I'm pretty sure it just spawned in somewhere around here, but now it does appear like unlocking the north is going to kind of be a thing that you need to get to the Forgotten Wastelands component of this event. So just another thing that y'all want to go ahead and strive for with unlocking those northern zones is because it is going to be the key to, I mean, unlocking that swamp over there. And we will probably want to make our way over to that swamp to get our hands on some of that crocodile skin and whatnot. But first, let's continue working our way through these quests and see where exactly they take us. How's it going, Gerard? I hear someone has spotted poachers on the plains. Do you now? Well, what are they getting up to? Go there and find out who they're hunting. Happily, my friend, I will happily do that, which you ask. To the wind-swept plain we go. So, I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all think about this update in the comment section down below. I had no idea that this was dropping, dude. Like, this literally was out of the blue. No teases leading up to it, although it is a little bit smaller in scope in that a lot of the content has already existed in the game. There are still some unique new twists, like being able to double or essentially mod some weapons like your anti-spore rifles to have 2 effects on them, which is kind of crazy. But in addition to that, I mean, the Forgotten Wetlands spawning up here in the northern zone as well is kind of a unique twist. So I'm interested to see exactly how that is going to be playing. But yeah, I'm pretty interested to see exactly how that's going to unfold. But it is cool to see that the new update with the northern zones kind of does tie into this like mini update we got like a week or 2 later. And hopefully, I mean, the thing that I'm really hoping for is that this is a reoccurring event, not once a year, but similar to the fair. You know, it comes back once a month, once every couple of months, and it's something that we can kind of work our way towards, get our hands on some good loot, good rewards along the way. And it looks like it's one of the poachers. Well, 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 Mr. Poacher. That's not a poacher, that's a zombie. I was gonna say, I got something you could poach. How about some mini Uzi bullets, baby? That's what I got on the poaching itinerary, huh, punks? But all right, let's go. We just gotta examine some tracks by the looks of it. Hello, faster biter, goodbye to you. And then we'll have to take down this noble deer that hopefully we will be, oh my goodness, this deer absolutely messed something up. Now I gotta wait for the deer in the grass. Wait, first things first, please. I would like a little bit of the chest. Thank you. That is very highly appreciated. There's nothing in the chest, bro. Really? Really? All right, let's go and get hiding into here. And will this magnificent deer make its appearance? It has. Whoa, look at that thing. Oh, and the poachers are making an appearance too. Are they about to get absolutely shreked by this thing? Because that thing, it looks a little bit majestic. Oh, no, they're upset. You're supposed to attack stealthily. Joe knew how to stay hidden and he's dead anyway. Wait, there's someone in the bushes. No, there's no one in the bushes, my friends. No one. Come out, we can see. Listen, we're all on the same team here. No, come on, we're all trying to take this deer down. Why are you so resisting? Okay, that's what happens. All right, listen. They just look like regular old schmucks. I got my hunting attire, okay? So they should not have messed with me. I look like freaking Crocodile Dundee out here, okay? I'm ready to go. Now, where the heck is this deer? We just gotta track the bad boy, and I've accidentally aggroed a Roman zombie. Oh, I believe this might be it. It is a little dot on the map with a little bit of that, and let's go and get a little sneak attack, and we can do 41 whole damage to it, and it's not gonna really be doing too much damage to us. So, ow! Okay, I take that back. It was getting a little bit feisty. So it looks like we could get about 100 damage off before it starts running away. Hopefully it doesn't start summoning a horde of deer to trample us. That'd be quite not right. But the good thing about it running away here periodically is that we can go ahead and get some sneak attacks off on it. And I love getting the sneak attack off because it does a ton of damage very quickly. So yeah, it looks like you can get about 100 damage off. It'll usually get a couple of hits off on you first, but then you can get around to it and get another barrage of sneak attacks in, which is pretty good if you ask me. So be sure to leverage the sneak attacks here. And I mean, even with just the spear, we are making pretty light work of this deer. It does not stand much of a chance. Ow! But it does keep on hurting me, which is not very nice, but that's okay. I got carrots. It's not doing too much damage. The Kevlar armor might have been a little bit overkill. I had it left over for some previous adventures, and you know, maybe a little overkill, because here's the thing. Armor gets damaged based on, you know, the amount of hits it takes, not the amount of damage it takes. So even though this deer's only doing like 3 damage per hit to us every time it hits us, it is wearing on the durability of our Kevlar. So again, might be a little bit overkill, but that's okay. I like doing things the overkill way. Now, hopefully I can take this deer down before it stuns us. One last time. That's right. The final sneak attack should be able to go ahead and do this deer in. But speaking of checking out this update and the northern update and all future updates of Last Day on Earth, make sure y'all are subscribed with that notification bell to stay in the loop with all things Last Day on Earth. Woo! That's a home run, baby. More of a base hit, probably a single. You know, maybe stretch it in 2 bases on a stolen base or an error. You know, but that was a solid hit. I sent that thing flying. Back to the hunting grounds we go. We have cleared the first of these 6 boss animal quests that will only get more difficult from here on out. But yeah, make sure y'all are subscribed with that notification bell to stay in the loop with all things Last Day on Earth, because as new things do come out for Last Day on Earth, we are checking them out absolutely ASAP on the channel, so y'all can see what the updates are about. Be prepared on your side, and also so that y'all can know what to expect in the future of Last Day on Earth. So not just are we covering updates, but also covering news and things coming up about Last Day on Earth. So if you want to stay in the loop for that, you know, make sure that you're subscribed. Fun times aplenty will be a coming. And check out the streams. They're a good time, gosh darn it. Now, all right, Gerard, how's it going, my friend? It's your first rare animal. Congrats. Woo! Yay! We did it. Isabella will examine it, and you keep it up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will do exactly that. The hunt is over, and we should have, if we make our way over here, voila! 200 of those tusks coming our way. And now if we make our way over to Isabel, we can, wait a minute, what level are we at here? It does appear like we are only at level 2. Okay, I would have thought that maybe by now with those tusks that we got, we are a little bit higher, but oh no, the tusks are for freaking turn into rewards. We got to get our ecologist's reputation up by getting our hands on tanned fur, leather, and thick leather. All right, now the question is, how much can we turn in? I got a stack over here, and that is all that we can turn in for that. We can go and turn in some more of the deer antlers, and we're continuing to progress our way up. Now, unfortunately, here's the thing. We should be able to hit level 5 and check out some of what is going on. Now, here's the thing. We can also go and get our hands on some alligator skin, and that's kind of what I want to do, because we got our boat and we got access to the north. But first thing is first, I kind of want to modify or grab some sort of a hunting weapon that might be more worthy of the crocodile adversaries that we ought to face in the north. And the most powerful things, I mean, the spore rifle might be the move, man, because it penetrates spore armor. And I mean, you know, I wonder if there's gonna be like spore crocodiles up in the north, because I mean, we probably have to hunt bears in the winter zone and then the crocs up in the northern zone. So I kind of want to mod an anti-spore rifle. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's mod an anti-spore rifle and drop 3 coinage to fast forward a couple of times there. And this thing should be able to do some massive damage up to those crocodiles up in the north there. And we'll have our, you know, our spears, our backup weapon. And yeah, why don't we go and see exactly what's going on in that zone, get our hands on some crocodile skin, and then also get our hands on some, back at base, I should have some tanned fur and, whatchamacallit, thick leather that we can go ahead and bring on up, for the, whatchamacallit, turning stuff in. And then we can at least, I think minimum today, get our hands on one more boss battle. But I do believe that the rest, we're just gonna have to grind a little bit, since these, I don't know if y'all noticed when we were turning in that loot, there is a daily cooldown until we can turn more in. So might be a little bit of a limiting factor there. Let's go ahead and, whatchamacallit, transport required. Oh, come on, man. It doesn't automatically equip my boat when I go to the port. That'd be such a good quality of life improvement, but I guess I gotta go to the port and board the boat first. All right, The boat is boarded! Now we should be able to make our way up towards that mythical location that we were searching for, and that is going to be right over here in the Forgotten Wetlands, where we can get our hands on alligator skin and boar tusk, so a little bit of a double whammy there. Now the question is, this is in the northern zone where all these tusky things exist. Is that something that we have to worry about? I don't entirely know, but I am very, very curious to find out. And I love that, dude, I just love seeing new locations pop up on the map. I love seeing content, and I love seeing these Forgotten Wetlands here. All right, up in this, like, you know, swampy little island of sorts. Now, I believe the crocodiles, they can just appear out of the water. We gotta be a little bit careful with those. Why don't we have our VSS here as our secondary weapons? I'm not gonna lie, the range on this thing maybe will let us lock onto enemies from afar, but I'm worried of getting ambushed by these crocs. But the loot so far in this location, nothing to write home about. It's not that crazy. I'm excited to try out this spore rifle though. But we gotta be careful, because I think the alligators can exist in the swampy zones. I should have brought my swamp boots also. That was kind of an L. That would have been a good thing to bring from the ghillie set. Not a single enemy. I mean, there is a dead zombie here that if we walk by him, it should wake him up, and that is just gonna be a swamp zombie. Nothing special going on there. It's not gonna drop anything that really we're looking for, but we are, voila! Yes. I don't know if y'all saw on the mini map, but there was something that we were looking for right over there in the form of a, what is that, an alligator who has just scuttled off, which is not good for our purposes. And, oh, I think there's actually two. Oh my God, there's a lot right there, isn't there? All right, well, why don't we just try, and it looks like he's starting to walk this way. I just want to get a sneak attack off here to save a little bit of durability. And then how powerful is the spore rifle? It only does 9 damage? Bro, hold on, wait a minute. This was such a waste. What? This thing only does 9 damage? I should have just modded the machete or something. Note to you guys, unless there's some sort of like super bad boss that is both spore and alligator, there is not really much of a point to doing that, because oh my goodness, that was not the most efficient usage of this, but you know what, we're just gonna have to make do, and hopefully my armor doesn't break. My spear's definitely about to break though. That thing is positively, absolutely cooked. Let's go and heal up a little bit there, and then I'm just gonna have to finish the thing with the spore rifle. Yeah, okay, so yeah, don't even waste your spore rifles unless there's something that I'm missing. My immediate reaction here, though, I mean, I like the alligator skin, but I don't like how that played out. All right, good news, though. I do have a real hunter rifle from, whatchamacall. I do have a real hunter rifle from the last time that this thing was around, so this should serve as plenty good compensation. I'm not going to be using that anti-spore rifle, dude, unless there's some sort of super special boss that needs both of those things to damage it. I don't actually see much of a purpose, but the hunter rifle should be able to do the trick for a lot of things. We just got to try and lure some people over. Maybe throw, oh, I think I've angered an alligator. I heard it making noises. Although it doesn't seem interested in interacting with me. Why don't we go throw a little bit of meat on there and see if we get, you know, if we can draw some alligators towards there. So far, doesn't, okay, we got something running our way. It is an alligator, and he's definitely on my case, ow, but luckily we are doing way more damage this time around, ow, with the rifle. We just gotta make sure to heal up a little bit, because that stun attack with the tail is pretty powerful. But all right, we were able to do that, and that was able to lure one alligator here, but I swear I just heard another somewhere out abouts here. So I'm sure that there is still gonna be an alligator, and I haven't seen any boars that I figured we would encounter. Okay, there we go. We got one alligator there. We just gotta try and lure him towards us or get him, there we go. Get him on land where we can actually see the dang thing. Now the thing about this hunter rifle is it is a little bit slower to attack, but you know what? We can play a little ring around the rosy around the chest here, just kind of try to keep our distance. He is still gonna be hitting us, but at least it makes it a little bit harder for him to get close to us where he can constantly be whamming on us. Now we are up to 12 alligator skins, and if that is the last alligator, it might be, there might be more. Even if it's the last one, that's still a pretty good haul if you ask me. But we will do one quick round and see if anything else might be lurking in the waters. And it said we could get boar tusk, dude. I haven't seen a single boar here. And boars, I don't think they're gonna get invisible if they go into the swampy waters, so we might be all good. So in terms of the location, yeah, the location still seems to be pretty similar to last time. The main change has been that it's been relocated to the north as like an island, which is kind of an interesting twist. But from what I can tell, unless an alligator has been actively avoiding me like the plague, it does appear like about 3 alligators is what you can expect per zone, maybe give or take an alligator. So if I had to guess, anywhere from 2 to 4. But at least the one time that we came here, we got 3. It looks like they dropped 4 of their skin, which brings the total amount of skin up to 12. Now, let's make our way back to that location. I will grab some of those other leathers, and we should be able to level up to the point where we could at least get one more boss battle going. And alrighty, everybody, we are back, and we should have just about everything that we need. Hopefully, we got 20 tan first. That gets us all the way up to level 4.5 or so. 20 of the thick leathers. That gets us well into level 5 territory. And then some of our alligator skin from the hunting that we were doing, and we should have more than enough. Yes, 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 yes. To begin the wolf tracking chapter over here, and a couple of things that we have to do. Number 1, we got to craft a hunting bow on the bench grinder. Then we got to go and hunt a bunch of different wolves, including an infected one, and collect a bunch of their hair for the sample, and then we can go and get the white wolf. Now, the first thing that we got to do is make our way over here with a hunting bow and transform it into one of these special types. Now, I wouldn't normally do this because honestly, dude, looking at this recipe list, there are way better things to spend these resources on. Personally, I think the machete is kind of like the way to go. Really looking at this, maybe the crossbow if you got some of these other ones lying around, but I think the machete is really going to be the one that's giving you the best bang for your buck. Pretty reasonable to get machetes, pretty powerful in the grand scheme of things, especially in terms of a melee weapon, the sneak attack capabilities that it has, and great mods and active skill mod abilities as well. I really think that's going to be the gold standard of the weapons here, but the quest says we got to do this, brother, so we'll go ahead and do that, and that is going to be one of those tracking stages complete. The rest of the tracking stages pretty much involve us going and hunting down some wolves, so why don't we go ahead and do exactly that out in the wilderness of the world map. And I gotta imagine that, I mean, we should be able to see these dudes like anywhere. Yeah, right there. We can see that there's gonna be some wolf hair appearing at the limestone spires. It's literally right next door to the gosh darn camp itself. So let's make our way down over there, and again, we gotta kill a wolf with long range hunting weapons. We gotta kill it with a melee hunting weapon in stealth mode, an infected wolf with a hunting weapon, and then we just gotta turn in a bunch of their stuff, and then we can get hunting the white wolf. And actually went ahead and made a really quick detour to also get our hands on one of these modded machetes, because we are gonna need this for some of the quests that we got going on over here. Let's collect some of those rewards, and then why don't we begin with the melee hunting in stealth mode, just because it's gonna be an easy way of knocking some of these dudes out. Let's go, and if we click on this, it should start pointing us towards where the wolves are. I mean, I'm clicking it, but I'm not it's not like sometimes when you click on like a quest, it'll start pointing you where on the map they might be. I'm not seeing that right now, but hey, at the very least, the mini map pretty much has what we're looking for, in that we will see that kind of like yellow outline around them. Now, one of these, oh, get the heck out of here, Toxic Spitter. I don't want to be fighting you right now. I'm trying to save my weaponry for some of these dudes over here. And actually, you know what, because obviously we are going to be attacked, let's have a little bit of a different melee weapon for some of the regular zombies that we're about to encounter. Let's just take down the gray wolf over there. And yeah, we got a couple of little upset fast biters here. Then we go ahead and slice and dice through, and once they're taken care of, please, Mr. Wolfie, I would like everything that you have to offer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we just got to go ahead and continue this little Easter egg hunt of the mini map. And really, when it comes down to any of these quests that involve a specific enemy that you have to hunt down, literally my strategy, I'm not even looking at 90% of the screen. I am only looking at that top right hand corner of the screen, and I'm just looking at any red that's surrounded by yellow. If I'm not seeing that, I'm not interested. And right now, there we go. We got something that's probably actually the infected wolf that we were seeing over here. Yellow, buddy, how you doing? Hello and goodbye to you. That was one of the ones that we had to go ahead and knock out. Thank you. Yeah, we just gotta knock out 3 more melee stealth modes, and then after that, it's just hunting season. We can take them down with some ranged weaponry. No need to be stealthy. I don't think that this zone is gonna have enough wolves for us, if I had to guess. It might be a little bit short because we've kind of gone through the majority of the map in that top right hand corner of the screen, and the way that this is shaping up, I think we might need to hit a couple more locations to do that. Because that's, I think, all the wolves in this one. So on to the next one. All right, Green Zone, can you be a little bit nicer to me? Less zombies, more wolves, perhaps? That'd make me quite a happy camper. You know, and it's better to go camping happy than it is sad. Wise words from an old friend of mine. That friend being me. Wise words from myself. You know what? This zombie's gonna yell at us before we get a chance to really take him down. So why don't we go and actually try to show off the, boop, ranged aspect of the quest, because the other one that we got to do is, again, use a long-range hunting weapon. We got this thing. We could have just went ahead and used the bow as well, but you know, when you got access to something like this, might as well skip the nonsense and get straight to it. That's kind of what we were doing over there. But okay, this wolf, we should be able to get a, actually no, dude, because there's a zombie staring at our freaking soul. So we'll take that one down the regular old way as well. And actually, we might want to get a little bit up close and personal while we're at it, because some of these zombies, they are protecting whatchamacallit. We want to make sure to actually go and collect what they are dropping, because again, these are what we want to be turning in. And actually, while we're at it, I was gonna maybe try to hunt down the deer, but you know what? I'll let the deer live today. I'll let him off with a warning. Okay, roaming zombie, you don't get to live. You get to die, my friend, but I'm not looting you guys. I'm not interested in what you're selling, okay? I'm interested in what my friends, the wolves, have in store. But right now, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much all I think I'm gonna have to do here, is just hop around a couple of these locations and go melee hunting and shooting and collecting a bunch of hair. And I'll just talk to you guys when we're done with all that. And with this one, we've completed that stage, and we just gotta go and hunt down 6 more of them from a distance. And right up here, we should have our final gray wolf that has got to go down. That is going to be the last of the quests involving hunting them down that way. We just got to put 10 hair into the sample thing. We got more than 10, baby, about 3 times as much. So we should be able to get plenty of points, plenty of reputation, probably level up that little like mini battle pass that we got going on here as well, and make some good progress. And dude, I gotta say, the thing about this update so far, which I think does kind of remind me of the last time around that the update was here, or at least the similar form of it about a year ago, if I'm not mistaken, is that it seems to be like it's pretty reasonable to get your hands on a lot of this loot. You know, like there's nothing too crazy about anything that we're going through. Like really sneak attacking a lot of these animals and fighting them is pretty realistic. And I always like that about a good update. And from what they did say, I do believe they said that, you know, free-to-play players should be able to get enough of these little tooths over here to get their hands on, I believe, at least one of these extractors. So that is going to be another thing that if that does hold true, you know, time will tell, we shall see. But if that is the case, that's gonna be a major improvement over the last limited time update that we had. That was kind of like one of my biggest qualms with it. It was the, what event was it? Oh, that's what it was. The Easter event. When that thing was around, free-to-play players kind of got screwed over big time because they actually, you know, free-to-play players were not able to get enough points or currency from the event to actually get any of like the good prizes. Whereas this time around, I mean, all the things that you can turn in here, you literally just get from hunting various types of animals or refining their skins. And then on the other hand, you know, you can get your currency by doing all of these various hunts over here, and all that you got to do is keep on leveling things up, and you should be in decent shape. Now, in terms of leveling things up, again, I don't believe I'm going to be able to hit level 10 today, so I'll just go ahead and continue grinding this, and then when we return in the next video, we'll be sure to go ahead and actually crank through all the other 4 bosses. But today we should be able now to move on to hunting the White Wolf. Hello, Gerard, how are you? I've spotted it. The White Wolf is wandering around in the hills. Grab your things, we're going on a hunt, and to the desolate hills we shall go. And this is going to be another great opportunity for us to get our hands on a bunch of those teeth right over there. So some good things are coming along as a hungry howl is echoing in between the rocks. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in that comment section down below, at least, you know, maybe relative to my thoughts around it. But I do definitely like this flavor of event significantly more. Literally, they actually posted like a tweet, I think, like leading up to this event, like, hey, in this upcoming update, in this upcoming event, free-to-play players will have a chance of getting the big thing at the end, which did show, which I really did like, that the developers were listening, because that was one of like the biggest critiques of the previous update, was that like there was just free-to-play players were not able to get any of like the big bad loot, whereas this time or the big good loot, I should say, whereas this time they should be able to. Now we got to go and examine some tracks over here. I'm gonna let him actually do all the shooting here, so I don't need to use any of my durability, and I would suggest that y'all do the same, because you should be able to essentially get some whatchamacallit, in exchange for running around like a chicken with your head cut off for a little bit, you should be able to get your hands on some free stuff from these wolves, all expense paid by his rifle durability and not yours. Gotta love that. And we're just gonna continue doing that, because I think once the actual final battle comes around, I don't know if we're gonna be able to rely on him doing all the damage for us. We might actually need to start doing that ourselves. But you know, when in Rome, I'll enjoy the niceties of it. The fire is still smoldering. The camp must have been attacked recently. Yes, something horrific must have occurred. Now, please continue shooting these wolves for me and giving me the loot. I ain't sharing, all right? Not today, Gerard. Not today. This is all expense paid by me, myself, and I, even though technically your rifle's paying for it. I gotta pee. 1 second. Pee break. Time out. Quick time out. Apologies. Gotta go and, you know, fertilize the ground over here. Spread some vitamin P. It's been a while. And now we got a couple more wolves up here. Again, Gerard, please do the heavy lifting. Please shoot the wolves. Please, please, please. I don't want my armor to get too much damage from all of this. Wow, that's a dead person. Yeah, whatever rabid wolf is up and about these parts, not the kindest wolf by the looks of it. But yeah, again, let me know what y'all think in that comment section down below, what y'all think in terms of this update, especially from the perspective of free-to-play players, and kind of like how it does compare as an update, what y'all think of it, how far along y'all are getting in it, and or how far along you think you'll be able to get into it. But so far, compared to some of the more recent frustrating events and updates that we've had, this does seem a lot more fair, which I am, you know, optimistic about, but time will tell once we get around to the full update, you know? But once we're able to experience everything. You're not gonna shoot, buddy, please. Okay, I'm on my own. I'm on my own at this point. All right, he's run out of ammo. I've played myself. I think this is the lair. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Now we must place a bait. Where shall we do this? Oh, you're gonna do it? All right, you do you, boo. You do you. I'll go make a fire and you place the bait. Okay, I will do exactly that. And now we will go and sit by the fire and tell campfire songs and sing our campfire song. Let's warm up the vocal cords. I can't sit. Excuse me. Do I need to wait for this dude to walk over here? Yep, that is exactly what I had to do. Let's get to singing. R-C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G song. And if you can think that you can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. Bum, bum, bum. C-A-M-P-F-I-R-E-S-O-N-G. Classic moment. Classic moment. I hope some of y'all at least understood the reference. All right, now we gotta go and finally hunt down this white wolf. We've got a little bit of hunting rifle. We got a little bit of this. He is running in the bushes. Oh wait, are you kidding me? You're just gonna hide over there? What? Do I have to do this all by myself? I think I do. Well, gosh darn it. All right, I've gotten this far in my survival journey pretty much by myself. Who needs help anyways? Although I do hope I got enough durability on these things, because admittedly, my machete and my rifle do not have the most durability at the moment. Uh-oh. And it's coming out. Okay, can I like get a sneak attack off on it or something? Do you think, no sneak attacks, no sneak attacks. He's yelling, he's summoning friends. Oh no, can I go to Gerard for him to help me? Gerard, please. Gerard, I don't want to do this fight all by myself. Although, he doesn't have that much health, so it's like definitely manageable. But you know what? Who needs Gerard? Oh, I do, I'm bleeding profusely. Very profusely bleeding. Get out of here, dudes. He's summoning help, but guess what? Call an ambulance, but not for me. Whoa! Oh, and a little bit of thick hide as well. More wolves. No. Gerard, where have you been? Nice job, we can go home. Don't just sit there and watch me get attacked by wolves. Do something, dang it. I ought to hit you over the head with this wrench right here. My armor is taking a beating. Oh, no, don't put everything in there. No, we don't want to do that. I don't want to leave all of my valuables inside of the carcass of a decaying wolf. No, 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 no. As interesting of a proposition as that sounds, I'd rather take everything that I got. Dude, we got literally enough wolf hair to turn in for the next few days. I like literally just from going to a couple locations. And this is what I'm saying, man. From a free-to-play perspective, I do like that, like, it seems pretty reasonable to get your hands on a lot of the loot that you need to continue leveling up in the pass and whatnot. And it's not like previously where you pretty much, like with the Easter event, the big problem was the only way to get points was from like leveling up the pass, which you had to, which you could only get essentially the main way of getting currency for the previous event. You had to buy the premium pass for it, and then that would unlock the way to get a lot of currency. I think it was like Easter eggs in this event. The quote-unquote currency of the event is kind of like these teeths that we're getting, but again, we literally just get them all across the board for the free. Now, I do believe that the pass itself might have a couple of instances or levels where, yeah, like if you get premium, you can get some bonuses here and there. Don't get me wrong. That is definitely still a possibility. And I do also believe that once you max it out, yeah, you can keep on getting them once you max it out. But the fact of the matter is that you should be able to, from what they have said, get enough Hunters tokens as a free-to-play player to get your hands on the best rewards. So time will tell. We'll see if that is true, if the math adds up. But at least so far, from what we've been told and from what we're seeing thus far in the update, it does seem like a more promising value proposition, and I'm very excited for it. And that is exactly what I'm going to be saving up all of these teeth for. We're hitting level 40 of the ecologist, and we are getting our hands on, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to get all the extractors, but if not, you know, we might settle for probably the titanium one. I have so much copper and so much aluminum. Titanium, though, we could always use a little bit more, you know? I could go for a little bit of that. But alas, with that said and with that done, ladies and gentlemen, our first 2 chapters are completed as we continue trying to level up in this pass by, turning in things over here. That's just gonna take a little bit of time. This resets every day. Obviously, we should go and get our hands on more alligator skin, bear claws, foxtails, boar tusks, all that jazz. But nonetheless, it's gonna take some time to do all that, and that is things that we will be doing. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is going to start wrapping it up for me for now. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. See ya.